right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with Reese, Watkins, or Baby Goose. How you doing, my man?
What's up, bro? What's up? I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. And Baby Goose, man, you got a fight coming up, and not only do you got a fight coming up, it's a main event one. Talk to us a little bit more about that one.
Yeah, fighting Lewis Burlington, June 21st at the Battery in Atlanta for the NFC.
Now, with you fighting it for NFC, how do you like fighting for the promotion? And what are maybe some behind the scenes stuff that maybe a fan might not know about with NFC?
Um, it's uh, I like it because it's local. I don't have to travel. But after this, I'm definitely looking to fight on a bigger promotion. Hopefully, get on Fight Pass. Um, so there's some stuff that they do well, and some stuff I wish they did a little bit better. But you know, uh yeah, I'm taking what's offered, So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So, you know.
Yeah, no, I got you there. And, man, it seems like you got a pretty good following on X and just in general, man. With that being said, like you said, do you think a big win here can maybe get you to maybe a next level and maybe another promotion?
Hopefully, I would really like to go back to CFFC. I really like working with them. I like to go back to Ring of Combat. They ran a super smooth show, so I feel like a big win could show these other promotions that I have draw. And really it was just to open up my schedule. So after this fight, I'm gonna take a little bit of time and then talk to my manager, see what's out there. There's CFFC, has my eye. Fury FC in Texas, hear great things about them, or LFA. So it's just really just seeing what works out and seeing what time is right. And I got to move as well, so just trying to work everything out.
I gotcha. I gotcha. That was actually one thing I wanted to ask you because CFFC is really local to me, only like 20 minutes away. And actually, one of my buddies was there when you were fighting. And with that being said, with it being only a one and done situation, how come you didn't come back and have another fight there before?
I don't know. They just didn't. It didn't really work out. They didn't really offer me anyone after. So it was no like bad blood or anything. Just I had these fights with the NFC kind of ready to go because I was kind of talking to them. Um, at the end of my camp that I was with for CFFC, if I remember correctly. So I just kind of pivoted. Pivoted right back into fight camp. So it's had these two fights lined up. And then yeah, there's nothing like no beef or no dislike or something. It's just I kind of had these presented to me while I was still kind of in camp, and it just worked out. So it took them.
Yeah, good. Well, hopefully you do make it back in CFFC because, like I said, that's local, and I'd love to see you fight there. And with that being said, man, you also have a 100% finishing rate. What is it like to go out there and mentally break somebody, man?
It's a good feeling. It's fun. It's always fun. 100% finish rate. I feel like it helps me stand out, especially at a middleweight, because middleweight can be kind of light sometimes, a little bit lighter. Um, and having that 100% finish rate, it shows fans and it shows promotions that I always put on an entertaining fight. So you're gonna get your money's worth. So I help sell tickets. I help sell tickets locally, and then that 100% finish rate helps me market myself to larger audiences. So like even though I fought in Georgia, my last fight had people all over the country, even different countries watching the fight. So it really helps me stand out and just having that feeling, knowing I'm doing what I love, it's a cool feeling.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And when you were just fighting Josh, you mentioned in another interview that you were local to a Waffle House. Did you end up trying it, and what'd you end up getting if you did?
Wait, what? That was a local to the Waffle. Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't like. I went to Waffle House, but it wasn't my first time going. I went to Waffle House all the time as a kid, and then yeah, I always get an All Star from Waffle House. You get an All Star with a blueberry waffle and bacon, grits and scrambled eggs and white toast. So I don't know if you've been to Waffle House, but yeah, menu. I'm like I never need a menu at Waffle House. I always know exactly.
That's
So.
awesome. That's awesome. I thought that was one thing that was pretty funny about you. And man, when you're training, what are the vibes like, and what kind of music, or just like what is it kind of like in your training in general?
Um, I'd say it's pretty. It can be pretty intense. Sometimes it's a little more laid back. So I've been trying to listen to my body a little bit more. Not always redline it all the time. And then whatever music I'm listening to, it really just depends day to day. Like sometimes listening to rap music, sometimes listening to house music, rock music. I like Southern rock a lot. I really like Southern rock. So like a lot of Leonard Skinner and all that. Sometimes listen to pop music, so it just depends on the vibes and depends on where I'm at. If I'm at Lima, it can be a little more laid back because I kind of know everyone. So it can be a little more laid back, But if I'm in Vegas, I extremely towards it's a little more intense, Especially like I'm in Vegas now, and Sean has a fight. He's co-main event in like 2 weeks, so it's super intense. Like the rounds are very very intense rounds, So it just depends on what's going on, but the vibe it varies. I say it varies.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I got you there. And, I believe you're talking about Newark 302. If so, like I said, I'm also going to be there at that card. That's going to be a lot of fun. And with that being said, man, when it just comes to like training in general, what's maybe some of your favorite things you like to do in the gym?
Spar. Favorite thing, and then I like wrestling, but sparring's for sure my favorite thing. Nothing beats sparring. So some days I don't want to spar. Some days like, man, I just really don't feel like getting hit today. But usually it's sparring. Like a good
Yeah,
sparring is a highlight of a week. So.
I got you. I got you. And, I'm just looking at your arms here. What kind of tattoos you got on?
Oh man, I just started this Japanese sleeve. So I'm gonna start shading it in after this next fight. And then I have to finish this one too. I don't Neither one is finished. It's funny. This is from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's Scars tattoo. I just switched it. So this is those got two tattoo from his right arm. Is put on my left arm. So both of these were done by Colin Kelsey in Atlanta. And then I have a bunch of tattoos on my leg as well. A lot of them done by Desiree Bennett in she's in Kent, like Stone Mountain area in Georgia. So yeah, man, it's slowly getting covered up.
Very nice, very nice. Now, when you're getting those tattoos, like, are you looking to just kind of, just fill your body up, where you're trying to get all sleeved up? And with that being said, if you are trying to get sleeved up, is there maybe like some sort of meaning or anything behind your tattoos, or are you just getting it because it looks sick?
I mean, they look cool as fuck. So that's
That's
that's really it. I just like how they look. There's no deeper meaning. I just rock with them. So.
I love it. No, that's pretty sick, man. I was just curious about that. It's a pretty generic question, but I love your nickname, man. How'd you end up getting a baby goose?
Yeah, man. I started training when I was like 15. Well, I started jujitsu when I was 14, but seriously started training when I was like end of 15, getting to 16 years old. So I was always training with adults, and I was always the youngest person in the room. And my first Muay Thai coach, he started calling me Baby Goose for whatever reason, and then it stuck because other people started calling me it. And then once you kind of have a nickname, it's hard to get a new one. So I was like, I'm just rock with it, because people called me this already. So, and it was unique, so it stuck out. So yeah, that's how it came to be.
That's what I was just about to say. You got to keep it, man. It's definitely unique, and I definitely really, really like that about you. And man, with that being said, too, you mentioned before that when you were first starting, you started in Muay Thai. Do you think Muay Thai is maybe the best stand-up martial art to maybe train if you're first starting?
I say, yeah, yeah, I'd say yeah for sure. Well, I don't know. I don't feel like there is a best stand up. I feel like there's a best art to start in MMA, and that's wrestling. But in terms of stand up, I don't know if it's between Muay Thai and boxing. They both have different advantages. So if you asked me last year, would have said Muay Thai for sure. But you know, uh, if like good boxers who can come into MMA and keep some of like the boxing hand speed and the movement and the footwork, but develop their game, develop their game. Otherwise, it's really hard to deal with them. So I'm biased. I'll say Muay Thai is, but I don't think there is a best art. It's just best at adapting it for your game.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And you're 4-0 now in your career, and you're also fighting on the amateur scene. How do you think the amateur scene and the pro scene has been different, if there even is any differences?
Um, I'd say the biggest thing is the speed. The speed of it. It's faster. It's less of a game at amateur. Or all right, my bad. It's less of a game at professional level. Um, Now I'd say, you know, it's the game's changing a bit. So amateurs are getting pretty good. So like you still have your amateurs who are like clearly, amateurs, but I feel like my last two amateur fights could have been like low level pro fights. Um, so in terms of the game now, you're starting to see amateurs that are really, really good and starting to like blur the lines a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I would say uh, is a lot of the times amateurs fight with more front loaded gloves. So the first time, like you first time someone hits you with like 4 ounce gloves with the intention to hurt you, it's different. It's different. So I say that's the biggest thing is it's dumb, but the gloves. So the gloves and like the speed of it. And then after a while at pro level, everyone's good after a while. So it's hard to get off certain like little tricks or whatever. You just have to be fundamentally better than the person you're fighting. It's not you can't just be a one trick pony really. So I'd say the biggest difference is people just are fundamentally, obviously fundamentally better. In the glove size and the speed.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And when it just comes to, like you mentioned earlier, with the pro scene, you have to sell some tickets. How annoying or stressful is that when it comes to selling tickets?
I hate it. Show up and fight. That would be great. Even though like I'm pretty good at engaging on social media, I don't like being forced to do it. I do it on my own because I get bored or I find it funny. But like when I have to do it, I hate it. And if I could just show up and fight, I would. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but it's part of the game that you have to market to like casual, more casual audience. You know, so trying to sell tickets and put yourself out there, and it can get annoying because you gotta answer the same questions a bunch of times, or people just ask people. You can't fault them. People don't know what they don't know about fighting, so you're answering a lot of the same questions over and over. um, so in terms of how stressful can it be, I wouldn't say stressful is the right word. I say it's annoying. That is part of the game. That fighting isn't just a purely merit based sport. It's not like, okay, you're ranked number 5, so you're gonna fight number 4, and then now you're gonna fight number 3. No, it's a lot of what do you offer the promotion that makes us valuable, or that makes you valuable. What do you bring to the table, and it's a lot of you are what you work. You are what you make yourself worth. But at the same time, it presents opportunities because you can show, yo, I'm more valuable than this person. I'm more valuable than that person. Like for this next fight, I'm a more valuable asset to the NFC than Lewis. So that's why the fight happened how it was, because I'm worth more to them than he is worth to them. Um, so it has its ups and downs, but it can definitely be annoying sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. That makes sense. And when it comes to just fighting in general, do you happen to watch any sort of like maybe the UFC or just other promotions? And if so, who's maybe some of your favorite fighters to watch?
Yeah, I don't watch MMA as much as I used to. I mean, I still watch it heavy. I'm still a fan of the sport. But I don't like. I'm not watching every single fight at every single card a lot of times because I train and train so much. I don't really do anything else outside of fight. So sometimes I just don't want to do it. I don't want to like be around it. But I definitely do watch a more than your average fan. And in terms of like my favorite fighters to watch, Rafael Faziev for sure, Dustin Poirier, Cheeto, Hakeem Dawodu. I really like watching Hakeem. And then I like watching Cage Warriors and LFA. I feel like people really sleep on regional scene MMA, especially like high level regional scene MMA, like main card of Cage Warriors, LFA, Fury FC, CFFC. A lot of those guys are fighting for, they're getting closer, and they're close to a big shot call up, so they know it's on the line. So the fights are usually really entertaining. So like you'll get boring fights in the UFC. You don't really see as many boring fights like that towards the end of like the end of those main cards on the regional level, because those guys are fighting to make themselves stand out. So I really appreciate that. It's a lot of underrated bangers, underrated performances. But I'll definitely say my favorite fighters to watch are Cheeto, Fazayev, Poirier, and probably forgetting some. But yeah, those definitely straight up come to mind first.
Yeah, yeah, LFA is definitely a pretty sick promotion because I was talking to Brian Battle in another interview about it. If you have the Oculus and stuff, you can put the Oculus on and like literally watch the fights like live in the crowd and stuff, and like it's literally like a live fights. It's really really sick, and I definitely enjoy doing that when I can. The only thing that sucks is the Oculus definitely gets heavy on your face after a couple fights, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. And you mentioned Akeem Dawa is one of your favorite fighters to watch, which I thought was an interesting name that you mentioned. Why him?
Just because he has a heavy Muay Thai base in his fights, so I just like watching him fight because it's like watching he fights like a Thai, like he and Fazayev kind of fight like how Thai fighters fight, and Thai fights can be a lot more entertaining for like casuals sometimes, because they throw their combinations. They put more into their combination. They're able to put more into their combinations all the time, the MMA fighters, because there's no fear of the takedown. And sometimes, for Zav and Hakeem, they'll just throw combinations almost like they don't give a damn about being taken down. So like they're plant their feet and, tooth or like hook, cross hook, they're throwing like with bad intentions behind every shot. So and I just like their game, it's very evident that they have a extensive Muay Thai career. So I just like it. It's my personal.
Nice, nice. Now, when you're training in the gym, what's maybe one of your favorite memories that you've had so far in the gym?
Um, oh man, good question. Uh, I feel like one of my favorite memories is sometimes one time I bet my coach and then like some of my teammates, I'm like, I'll give you $20 if you can hold me down or sub me like in 5 minutes. So I feel like that's one of the funner memories, training wise. That was a good one.
Who won that bet?
I lost.
Oh man. Now, one thing I always like to ask every fighter I bring on the show. I'm a Taekwondo instructor. I've been teaching for 6 years. I've been training for 19 years. I just love martial arts and doing what I can. And with that being said, with all the guys I have in my gym, what advice would you give them to keep coming into the gym and to keep on getting better and better every day?
Be coachable. Be coachable. Being coachable is huge. Be coachable. Always be trying to learn. But don't try to rush. Don't try to rush the process. I feel like a lot of people try to rush it. And they kind of try to do too much at too much time. And not like I've been fighting forever. I'm some like super experienced guy, but it took me a good bit of time to get to where I am now. And like, well, what it doesn't take from you in time, it takes you in somewhere else. So like if you want to be really good at fighting, it's gonna require sacrifice. It's gonna require time, money. It almost like takes your soul, kind of. It becomes like the driving thing in your life. So take your time, don't rush it, and trust the process. And be coachable.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, man. And with that being said, you're obviously a beast in the cage, but what do you like to do outside the cage?
I like to build Lego sets, man. It's calms the mind. It's just my little neat little hobby to collect them, and then I like playing video games. So that's really what I do outside the cage.
What's maybe your favorite Lego piece you put together?
Uh Optimus Prime. I got an Optimus Prime set. That and I can transform and everything. That was pretty cool because I love Transformers. because who doesn't, you know? And yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that one's my favorite by far. That, or I have a Audi Quattro, um, like from like the 80s and 90s and like 80s rally Group B Audi Quattro with like the stickers and everything. That one, it's either that or Optimus Prime. Because I love watching rally, especially like old rally and rally highlights. I don't know a lot about it, but I love watching it. So that's pretty cool. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
Sure.
dude, that's pretty sick. I wouldn't have guessed that. The Legos are definitely pretty cool, and yeah, I'm sure maybe I don't know if you've seen it. I know Brand Moreno, he's pretty big into Legos too. I think he's got all kinds of different stuff.
Is I know I try to get Lego sponsorship, but like our target audience. So it is what it is. Lego has some cool sets. Like they had a Ken Block set or a Ken Block inspired set, so I got it. So it's cool. I like it. I rock with it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. And baby Goose, been nice talking to you, my man. And with that being said, what's maybe a good final message out there for the fans watching this video?
And swing or get swung. What can I say? Swing or get swung.
Yeah, man. And dude, it's been a lot of fun talking to you, and we're looking forward to your next fight, main event, and we're looking for big things with you in the future. Hopefully, this next fight, it takes you to the next level. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to talk to me.
For sure, man. For sure.
All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Again, thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care. Thank you again.